let's move to the pretty boys.
Like about time. Skinner. I mean, the show needs something. Come on.
Quarterbacks. All time, the
ACC
has had 6 QBs taken in the first round. 2 years ago, Florida State's Christian Ponder. We have Matty Ice, Phillip Rivers. In 1979, Clemson's Steve Fuller. He won a Super Bowl with the Bears as a backup quarterback to Jim McMahon. Roman Gabriel and Norm Snead go way back. Both ended up being great pros. Both played in 4 Pro Bowls. Now, could E.J. Manuel be number 7? He's certainly confident.
I think, if I were in this position and I didn't feel like I was the best guy coming out this year, I'd be in the wrong place. I'd be trying out for the wrong job. I think everybody in this league has been the best in their respective leagues or whatever they've done in college, and that's why you made it to the NFL. So I think you have to exude confidence, and I think teams respect that and not necessarily have false confidence, but also show it. And in your presentation, I think people can tell you if you're a confident guy and within minutes of meeting you. I'm hearing some really good things. Nobody is, necessarily going to come out and say, hey, we're going to take you here at this pick. And even if they did, I wouldn't believe them because anything can change, minutes before your pick or minutes before the draft. Trades, all kind of things can happen. So I do see myself going fairly high. It's just a matter of one of those teams that's fallen in love with me. And I think it's about 3 or 4 of them who have, so I think one of them will go ahead and pull the trigger on Thursday.
That was EJ talking to us, the two of us last week in our Google Hangout. We'll talk NFL Draft tomorrow on another Google Hangout at noon here on the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday. Riley, he says teams have fallen in love with him. He's certainly a great leader. He put up solid numbers. He's a threat to both throw and run.
Well, I think when you hear that teams have fallen in love with him after meeting with him, I think a lot of it has to do with the kind of kid or man he is. I mean, at the size and strength, he's got the physical tools, he's got the arm. But what I like about it, and I've played against E.J. Manuel, I've sat down with him many a time. This is a guy, he's a cerebral mind. He knows the game of football, but he also is a great leader. I mean, anybody, coaches or players that have played with E.J. Manuel just speak the world of him, the kind of guy he is in the locker room, in the huddle. And I think NFL teams are realizing that it's not always going to be about being 6'5", although he has got the height. But, they've gambled on some guys that have the potential at the quarterback position, but not the leadership qualities and the character qualities, and it's backfired. And I think E.J. Manuel, luckily for him, possesses both of those. So I would not be surprised if he sneaks into that first round.
Another ACC quarterback from Virginia, actually, who should go early, Mike Glennon. Riley, they're very different, but both have given teams plenty of reasons to say they could be a franchise quarterback.
These are completely different players. I mean, E.J. Manuel, he can make plays with his feet. Mike Glennon, not so much, but he's got the arm. I don't really see anybody else in the draft have this kind of arm strength. He can make every throw in an NFL playbook from the skinny post from the 25-yard out to the opposite sideline. And he throws the ball a lot in college, so I think he can be able to handle a pro-style offense, really handle kind of whatever playbook that he gets. And he just got to get mobile in the pocket enough to avoid some of those NFL-type defensive ends, because that's the only thing I think teams are wondering is, with his immobility, how can he handle those NFL defense? But he's got the arm to do whatever you want in terms of throwing the football.
No doubt about it. A lot of guys have compared him to Joe Flacco. Flacco's got a gun for sure.
Yeah.
Russ, let's take a look at your quarterback rankings at the top of the draft. Number 1, Ryan Nassib, the quarterback for future ACC school Syracuse. Then you have Manuel, number 3, Glennon, 7. You think Duke's Sean Renfree could go as well. But really, you love Nassib, right? In fact, you have him number 1 overall?
I really do. I think Nassib is a rare talent. I think he has the best fundamentals of any quarterback in this draft. A live arm, and then when you add in the great intangibles, he's a coach's kid, he's a gym rat, he does whatever it takes to get better. I think he's going to be a high-level quarterback very quickly in his NFL career.
Let's go through the couple of guys Riley and I were just talking about. First, E.J. Manuel. What do you think of him, and where do you think he goes?
I like Manuel a lot. I think he's got a big league arm. He gets rid of the ball very quickly. He has a good feel for what's going on defensively. I would just like to see him be a little bit more aggressive when he throws the ball, stride into his throws more. I think he's probably going to be a late first or a high second rounder. I think when you look at Mike Glennon, you see a guy that, yes, he's limited in terms of his ability to make plays with his feet, but he's got the arm to make every throw. And when I watch him, actually, I get reminded a lot of Matt Ryan, a guy who makes a lot of plays, but will also make some mistakes by forcing some passes. I think Glennon's probably going to be a second-round choice.